Ladies and gentlemen, we are live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. And wow, today is Wednesday, W-I-N-S Day, Wednesday, April the 27th. And I am super excited to be able to come to you live on this beautiful Wednesday. If you're coming on, please do me a favor. Hit that like button, hit that share button, tag Lolly, Dolly, everybody, and let them know. Prophet Ramon, the squad, we are live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm super excited about today's show. We're going to be talking about some takeaways from our one-day Millionaire Mastermind / financial workshop that we just hosted this past Saturday, which, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, was absolutely amazing. What an amazing event it was, and I'm super excited about it. So please, if you are joining me live on this Wednesday, April the 27th, I want you to hit the like button, hit the share button, tag somebody, text somebody, yell in the other room and let somebody know the Ramon Preston Show is live right here today on this Wednesday. And I want you to put in the comments what city you're watching us from. What city you're watching us from today. Please let us know what city you're watching us from. And I also want to say a few things I want to say, actually. Number one, I want to say congratulations to all of you who have made a commitment and a decision to further your business and financial education and training. That means if you have joined our blueprint, if you have joined our Millionaire Mentorship, if you have joined any of the programs that we offer here at Ramon Preston Enterprises, of course, I appreciate you trusting us to help serve you in that capacity. But congratulations to you, because you make us do what we do even better, because we're committed to seeing your results. And if your results are not showing up on your top line of your financial statement, if your results are not showing up in the impact that you're making with your products and services, then we won't be doing our job. But we have enough proof in our clients and our students to know that what we share with you, what we provide for you, how we serve you is actually producing results. So congratulations to you. If you are a member of our business community through our Millionaire Blueprint program, which is our online training program, congratulations to you. If you are a member of our Millionaire Mentorship program, and you are allowing my team and I to serve you as business and financial coaches and consultants, congratulations to you. Of course, if you are a part of our certification program because you want to learn to become a coach and a consultant and understand how we do it, or if you're a member of our incubator or our licensing program, those are the 5 signature programs that we have here at Ramon Preston Enterprises. Congratulations to you. I want to salute you. I want to celebrate you. Now, for those of you that are coming on, welcome to the Ramon Preston Show. Just in case you don't know, my name is Ramon Preston. I'm the host of the Ramon Preston Show for over a year now. Approximately 15 months ago, we launched this show and we host it every Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time. Of course, with the exception of the days that I'm late, but for the most part, we host this show Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon Eastern, live. And we bring information to you on this show that we know is designed to help you properly start, structure, and scale your businesses, your ministries, your income streams, your wealth building dreams. So whatever it is that you are endeavoring to do, we are able to assist you in that capacity to see to it that if you have a holding company, if you have a nonprofit, if you have 2 or 3 business ideas and you want to know what the proper way is to start those organizations. You want to know what the proper way to structure those organizations with systems and processes so that you can scale them. That's what we specialize in. And in most cases, students and clients that we work with, in most cases, they typically see an increase in their revenue or in their income of at least 30% within 30 days. So we have strategies to show you how to increase your income, whether you are a W-2 employee, a 1099 independent contractor, and or a EIN business owner. We implement strategies. We help you integrate the systems and processes so that you can see that increase in your income and that increase in your revenue. So today, I wanted to take a few minutes to share with you a few takeaways from our Millionaire Mastermind. So just in case you missed it, this past Saturday, April the 23rd, right here in Buckhead, we hosted a one-day event that we called our Mastermind Workshop. And so what we did was we took the first half of the day and we walked you through a very strategic process that we use for our coaching and our consulting clients. And we packaged it in a mastermind to make it simple for you, to make it understandable for you, and to make it practical for you. And so there are certain segments of that mastermind that really stood out to me, and it really stood out to the attendees to the extent that we had a great response from those who were there. We had people who attended the mastermind who had never been introduced to our programs, who had never really used our products or our services, who made the decision to become a part of our business community. And if you're watching this, congratulations to you. You know who you are. We really appreciate all of you for making that commitment and that decision, because it was a commitment you made to yourself first. And then as a result of making that commitment to yourself, you were able to make the decision to do business with people who could actually help you start that business, structure that business, and effectively scale that business. And so I want to give you some of the takeaways that I believe would really encompass all of what it is that we talked about. So the first big takeaway from our mastermind this past Saturday was from my perspective and based on what my experience was, the first takeaway would actually be your purpose. So I'm going to give you this, and I'm going to talk about how these takeaways can play a very important role in your personal life, in your professional life, and even in your financial life. So my biggest takeaway was purpose. Okay. Number 2, my second biggest takeaway would be position. And of course, I'm making it simple for you to understand, and I'll explain it because I'm just using P's. P for purpose, P for position, and then number 3, P for profit. I'm going to use these as my top takeaways from this past Saturday's mastermind. Okay, so my biggest takeaway is purpose. I'll explain that in a minute. My second takeaway is position, and my third takeaway is profit. So this should encompass what our attendees learned when they joined me this Saturday. So let's look at purpose. Why do I say purpose was a big takeaway? Because in order for you to really deal with the challenges that you got to deal with as an entrepreneur, you really have to have clarity about what your purpose is. So you've got to understand the why behind what you're doing every day. So for example, if your purpose is just to start a business, let's say so that you don't have to work for somebody, so that you can kind of set your own schedule, so that you can start doing the things that you love to do and that you have a passion to do, well, those things may very well be too small to really give you the grit and the grind that you need to push past a lot of the rejection that you experience as an entrepreneur, a lot of the no's, a lot of the disappointments. There are a lot of things that come with being an entrepreneur that most entrepreneurs are not necessarily prepared for mentally. They're not prepared for those things emotionally. They're not prepared for those things psychologically. Many of them are not prepared for those things physically and financially. But if you are able to understand and clarify your purpose, like what is the thing behind what you do? What is the why behind you starting this business? Why do you want to start the business other than you not wanting to work for somebody? If we had to pull back deeper, what is the deeper why? It shouldn't just be because I don't want to work for nobody. I want to set my own schedule. I want to do what I love to do. I want to pursue my passions. We got to get deeper. Let's get to the purpose. Let me explain to you what some of my deeper purpose whys are, because I want a legacy. I want a legacy. And so when I start looking at, let me make this a little easier for you. So when I start looking at my purpose, let's say if I have my purpose here. When I start looking at my purpose, I want to attach and associate my purpose to certain things that will give me the grit and the grind to wake up every morning. Because the fact that I just want to be free and I have a business and now I'm free because I have a business, that's not going to be enough to keep me motivated every day. Not just because I'm free. I mean, there are people who are homeless, who are considered to be bums in the street, who don't have jobs, who don't have families, who don't have any resources. They're free, but are they actually living a quality life? Could they actually do better? Of course they can. So when I think about purpose for my business, I'm thinking about, oh, this is one of the deeper purpose whys behind my business. So my why is I want a legacy. So when I think about legacy, what am I thinking about? I'm thinking about what I want my children to experience, what I want to do to make the people who carry my last name proud of. My legacy is about what my parents and my grandparents and great-grandparents never did in their lifetimes. So my legacy encompasses all the things that I want to create that will help the people that mean most to me live a better quality life. And so this is a big takeaway, because one of the segments in our mastermind this past Saturday was a segment on goals, right? It was a segment on goals. And so we were talking about goal setting, and I explained to them that your goals are actually your dreams with plans. So in order for you to have an effective goal, in order for your goal to be effective, your goal has to have plans. But if your goal is a dream with a plan, then think about what your dreams are. So if your goals were dreams with plans, for example, what are you dreaming about? Think about that. And I'm actually asking you this question right now during the live. What are your dreams? What are the things that you're dreaming about? What exactly do you want to see happen in your life that you don't really see right now? Think about those dreams, okay? Are you dreaming to be a millionaire? Are you dreaming to live in a certain neighborhood? Are you dreaming to drive a certain car? Are you dreaming to experience a certain quality of life? Well, you need to highlight those dreams, because whatever those dreams are, as you start making a list of those dreams are going to need plans. So now once I start dreaming and I put a list of those dreams down, I want to connect those dreams to a plan. So now what exactly do I need to do in order to get to these dreams? Most likely your dreams are going to be a reflection of your purpose. Your dreams are going to be a reflection of what encompasses your legacy. So this is why one of my biggest takeaways is purpose, because once we started going through this segment this past Saturday in our mastermind, I knew, because I talked to a few people after each segment, I knew that there were some eyes that were open. There were some minds that were expanded, because there are some people who realized that they were not dreaming as big as they needed to dream. And many of them had big dreams, but they started downplaying those dreams because they didn't associate their dreams with their goals. But what I do every day in my business needs to be fueled by my purpose, my why, my dreams, the bigger picture things that I know I want to accomplish, because that's what's going to give me the grit and the grind and the momentum and the motivation to push through all the challenges that I face on a daily basis. So it doesn't matter what type of business you're in. It doesn't matter what type of entrepreneur you are. It really doesn't even matter what type of dreams or goals or purposes you're pursuing. Once you start the process of pursuing any of those things, you're going to run into resistance. You're going to run into rejection. You're going to deal with a lot of challenges and complexities that under any other circumstance will either stop you in your tracks, slow you down, or probably, like for most people, put you out of business. And so we want to mitigate that, even if we don't eliminate that. And how do we mitigate that? We mitigate that by making sure we know what our purpose is, what our bigger picture whys are. Why am I waking up every morning dealing with crazy people? Why am I waking up every day going to the office, grinding and banging and just pushing as hard as I can and making mistakes and losing and giving up a lot of opportunities that I could have if I wasn't doing this 7 days a week? Why am I doing that? I need to know my why. And my why needs to be connected to my dreams. Here is why I'm doing it, because I want to travel the world. Here is why I'm doing it, because I want my last name to be great. Here's why I'm doing it, because I don't want my kids to struggle. Here's why I'm doing it, because nobody in my family is feeling the way I feel about legacy, so I got to be the one to feel about it. Why am I doing it? Because I want to be a blessing to my church and my community. All of these things that make up your why, your purpose, are going to fuel your dreams. And once you start clarifying those things, it's easier to put a plan around it. Because most likely, in order for me to fulfill a purpose that's full of all these big, bold dreams, my plans got to be very aggressive. For example, if you say, I want to be a billionaire, well, your plans to be a billionaire are going to look different if your plans were to be 100,000aire or a single-digit millionaire. If your purpose or your dreams were just to go on one vacation a year, right? Your plans are going to look different than if your purpose and your dreams were to own a vacation property in 4 different countries and go to each of those once a quarter. Now all of a sudden your plan's gonna look different. And if your plans look different, guess what else is gonna look different? Your goals are gonna look different. So now we've got to reset what we do every day in our business, in our finances, in our personal lives, in every area of our lives, so that we can hit those goals. And so make sure with this takeaway that you work on what your why is. Work on your why. Like, really take some time to ask yourself, why am I pursuing what I'm pursuing? Why am I doing what I'm doing? What is it that I want to accomplish? What is my why? What is my why? Do I feel an obligation to do it because my parents didn't do it? Do I feel like I'm the one that God has called to create something, to break generational cycles of curses and poverty? What is my why? And you need to write all those things down that you believe make up your purpose or your why, because those are the things that you're going to gravitate to and pull from and feed off of when you find yourself going through depression, going through disappointment, being rejected, being overlooked, having a hard time getting your business or your finances off the ground, having a hard time getting people to pay attention to you. All these things that you deal with on a day-to-day basis, it doesn't mean they are eliminated. It just means that their impact is probably minimized or mitigated very, very, very low, because you have a big purpose. You have a big why. So when I start going through stuff with things and I have a hard time trying to figure out certain moves to make, and I'm not seeing my business grow the way I want to grow, I don't see the attention that I want to see on social media, I don't get a lot of people to respond to certain offers and all these things, guess what? Those things are not going to negatively affect me. I'm not even going to pay attention to them, not just because of how I'm built, but because of what I've built. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not just because of how I'm built. A lot of people, they look at high performers and go-getters and they say, oh my God, I wish I could be like him. I wish I can show up like he shows up. But it ain't like it's something extraordinarily exceptional about me. It ain't how I'm built as much as it's what I've built. So I have built a life that is standing on a purpose, a why that's so huge that I'm always going to remain focused on where I'm going. I'm not going to let nothing stop me. I'm not going to let people's rejection stop me. If people don't pay attention to me, if people don't want to do business with me, if people don't understand what I'm doing, if they don't accept me, all those things, they can come. I'm not going to let them stop me. I'm going to just keep it moving. I'm going to wait until I find the right people. I'm going to wait until somebody pays attention to me. I'm going to wait until I get an opportunity or make an opportunity, whatever the situation is, because I'm moving on this. I'm not moving on people. I'm not moving on other systems and other infrastructures and other environments and all this other stuff that's going on. I'm not going to let that change me. So you got to make sure that you put a list together of what are your whys. And you might have more than one why. You might be waking up doing it for your mama. You might be doing it for your kids. But you need to build that list up so you can have something to fuel you every day. So when you start feeling depressed, when you start feeling overwhelmed, when you start feeling insecure, when you start doubting yourself as an entrepreneur, as a leader, when you start looking at other people, let's say like Prophet Ramon, you see me on social media all the time and you hear me talking and you see me in front of the camera and I'm just going at it and I got thousands of videos and I got programs and services and products and all these things going on, and you think to yourself, man, I'll never get there. Listen, yes, you will. But you got to have the grit. You got to have the grind. You have to have the resilience. You have to have the determination. And a lot of that stuff that I'm talking about you got to have comes from you clarifying your purpose. I want to be great. I want to be known. I want to be a legend. I want to be a superhero. I want to be the millionaire, billionaire mogul. I want to be the person that my community can look up to. I want to be the leader of my family. I want to be the hero. Guess what? If I want to be all that, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to use that as my why. So this is why I wake up every day and figure it out in my business. This is why I move and I don't stop and I don't take breaks and I don't give up, because I know what I want to be and I know what I want to do. So that's the biggest takeaway, your purpose. Number 2, this was another big takeaway, your position. And this is really, really huge. Now, again, if you have any questions, please put the questions in the comments. If you did not attend our mastermind this past Saturday and you would like access to the information that we shared and you would like an opportunity to learn these things and build your life around these things, like goal setting, scheduling, like understanding your why, like figuring out how to really get your business set up the right way. We have all this information in the form of online training, and we complement that online training with coaching and consulting programs that can help accelerate you get to where you want to go much, much more quicker than you may get to if it was just you doing it by yourself. So here's my second big takeaway: your position. Now, when I say position, here's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, number one, the position that you assume in your business. This was a really big takeaway, because see, a lot of people that I talked to, and we had some attendees that were with us this past Saturday that experienced this same thing. So a lot of people, they get an idea, right? This is supposed to be an idea right here. So they get an idea in their head. All right, so this person gets an idea. And so the moment they get an idea, okay, they have a product or they have a service, or maybe they have both, okay? So this is what happens to the typical person. They get an idea. We'll put idea up here. They get an idea. And so they take that idea and they turn that idea into a product and service. And so now what people typically do, entrepreneurs, small business owners, they say, okay, let me go start my business. So they take the product, they take the service, and they start the business. All right, they start the business, whether it's an online business, whether it's a in-person business, whether it's both, whether it's products and services, products, whether it's coaching, whether it's training, whether it's marketing, whether it's landscape, whatever it is. And then they start the business, and the business is A, B, C, LLC. And that business is typically centered around what? These products and services, because this individual had the idea. So in essence, when this person takes the products and services, puts a business around it, and when they go to the market, when they go to the marketplace, they are introducing themselves as the individual who owns the business, who's selling this product and service. So let's say if the product is a piece of apparel. So now you're going to the market as who? The apparel guy. Let's say if the service was hair and nails, you're going to the market as the hair and nail guy or gal. Let's say if the service was painting or landscaping, you're going to the market as the painter, as the landscaper. Let's say if the service or the product was some online service, digital marketing or something, you're going to the market as that digital marketer, as that person who provides that product and service. Now, it doesn't mean that won't work, but what it means is you just haven't positioned yourself in a organization to give you more leverage and to give you more value. This is one of the biggest takeaways that a lot of people got from our mastermind this past Saturday. So what I showed them was, what you need to do is you need to build an infrastructure where you can sit at the top of the mountain. And if you have a holding company, this is where this holding company concept plays a big important role. So if you have a holding company, your holding company is actually positioning you up here at the top. So instead of you taking your ideas and your products and services and going into the market just with this business, you could take your holding company and go to the market, and this business, which is an operating business, can actually become a subsidiary. So now you're not just the product person. Now you're not just the service provider, but you are actually an asset manager or organizational enterprise leader that may have other premium services that you could provide, whether it's consulting, whether it's coaching, whether it's training. Everybody doesn't want to be a trainer. Everybody doesn't want to be a coach. Everybody doesn't want to be a consultant. However, if I approached you with this business, if you saw me in the market and I asked you about your product, what are you going to do? You're going to tell me about your product. If I ask you questions about your service, what are you going to do? You're going to give me answers about your service. If I wanted to have an appointment with you and talk to you about your products and services for this business, what are you going to do? You're going to set up an appointment. You're going to talk to me. But in your mind, as an operator, you just want to sell the product and the service. But if you positioned yourself in the market as the expert who happens to know about these products and services, it automatically increases your value for these products and services just because of how you were positioned. And so this is one of the reasons why I talk a lot about the holding company concept, because most entrepreneurs, they start their businesses here and they go into the market and they try to make money selling their products from here. But they should be positioned up here. They should have a holding company, and this should be a subsidiary so that now they're able to elevate the value of this business because they are coming into the market being introduced as experts, not just as the operators of a company. Now, if what I'm sharing with you is it's a little complicated, you don't quite understand it, it just means that you just need to understand it more. You just need to learn it. You need to really wrap your mind around the concept that I'm referring to, because it's going to increase your value. And guess what? The more this society moves towards the digitization of technology, of platforms, of services and products, the more most operating businesses become less valuable. See, your business as an entrepreneur, as a small business owner, it's not as valuable as it used to be because of the type of world we live in. And so you've got to figure out what are the best ways for you to what? Position. This is why this is my second takeaway. Position yourself within your organization so that when you go to the market, you could be positioned in the market correctly. So I sell books, I sell tumblers, I have all types of products and services that I can sell. I have $29 products, I have $40 products, I got $15 products, I got $200 products, I got $5,000 services, I've got $25,000 services. So I've got all kinds of products and services, but I'm not introducing myself or positioning myself in the market as the $15 product guy. Because if I introduce myself to the market as the $15 product guy, guess what I'm doing? I'm devaluing my brand, I'm devaluing my products and my services. So I'm not the Dollar Tree. I don't have the kind of backing that the Dollar Tree has. I'm not Walmart. So my strategy for market introduction and for market positioning has to be different than these big major retailers or these institutional companies that can afford to be out there as the dollar store or as the $15 product company. You as a new startup, as a solopreneur, as a small business owner, you can't afford to be going into the market with that kind of position. So you got to reposition yourself. And there's a process that I take all of my clients through to show them how to properly position themselves. And so the third takeaway is profits. This is my third takeaway, because at the end of the day, if it don't make dollars, guess what? It don't make sense. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. So if you are in business, if you are an entrepreneur, if you are a solopreneur, and you know you want to fulfill a purpose, you know you want to be properly positioned because you know you want your purpose and your position within your company to produce more profits, then it's going to have a lot to do with how you start your business. It's going to have a lot to do with how you start your business. It's going to have a lot to do with how you structure your business. So you got a purpose. We check that box, right? Then you got to get your position. You need that correct. But if you have checked those other boxes, at some point it should lead to profits. And how is this going to lead to profits? Well, it's going to lead to profits because number one, or A, you got to make sure that your business gets started correctly. So that's just not you making sure you got an EIN number or LLC, articles of organization. That means you want to structure your organization correctly. I'm always going to tell people to stand at the top of the mountain, support your position or your stand with a holding company, and make sure that if anything it is that you're doing, if it's a division, it will be under your holding company. And if it's a subsidiary, another LLC, it's interconnected to your holding company. Because you don't want to be this person here. You don't want to be the person here and you've got one entity you own, two entities you own, three entities you own, four entities you own. You don't really want your structure to be set up that way. You want it to be set up this way. You want it to be like an umbrella so that everything is not pointing to you. You want one pointing to you, and then you want the other ones to be under you. That's the proper way to start a business. And then when you start your business, you need to structure it correctly. And structuring it is not just with that, it begins with that, but then you've got to make sure that you build into that structure or you integrate into that structure the right systems. You got to have your sales systems in there. You got to have your marketing systems in there. You got to have your operational systems in there. You got to have your financial systems in there. And trust me, if you can have these main systems built into this structure, you are going to, at some point, here's what you're going to do at some point. You're going to scale your business into profits. Point blank, period. If you do that, you're going to scale your business into profits. And I keep rinsing and repeating myself over and over and over again about these things because I know there is a reason why we have 31 million small businesses in the United States of America. And there's a reason why out of those 31 million, 25 million of those businesses are literally like one person. They don't make that much money. And most of those 25 million don't even break even. They lose money and they go out of business because they don't know how to properly start themselves. They don't know how to properly structure themselves so that they can be positioned correctly and make profits. So for those of you that are listening, you're watching and you're like, oh my God, my light just came on. Ramon, everything you're saying, it really applies to me. If you are feeling like you're in a stuck somewhere, maybe you realize that you didn't start your business correctly and you need to reset it, restructure it, reorganize it. You might have it set up the right way, but you just don't have systems. You don't have anything for your sales, your marketing, your financials, and your operational systems. We have resources. We have educational training material. We have coaching and consulting services that we use to help you perfect those things so that you can become an efficient business. That's what we do. So if you would like for us to take a look under the hood of what you have going on, you may need some insight. You may need us to give you some tips, some pointers, some direction. All you have to do is text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. Now, Why am I saying you can text the word millionaire? Because the programs that we have available, all of the educational programs that we have to help you start, structure, and scale a business, to show you how to build a sales system and process, marketing system process, financial system and process, operational system and process, all of the programs that we have to show you how to set goals and set your schedule, to show you about investing and financial literacy, and show you how to structure your holding company and how to build your divisions and subsidiaries out. All of this information and this training and this education and this consulting and coaching that we provide, it's all built into our signature programs. So we have a Millionaire Blueprint. It is an online training program that teaches you all of these things. It's an on-demand platform. You have access to it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We also have a Millionaire Mentorship program. It is an accelerated coaching and consulting program. So not only do we give you access to our online training, but we actually provide for you one-on-one coaching, weekly coaching sessions, quarterly masterminds and workshops that we sit in settings and we deal with the details of what you're doing to build your business. So when you text the word millionaire to this number, we're going to reach back out to you. We will take about 10 or 15 minutes, maybe a little less, to take a quick preview of what you're doing, assess your situation, and we will give you our professional opinion and perspective on what program will best fit your criteria to help you get where you want to go and to accomplish what you want to accomplish. So anyway, text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. Again, I want to congratulate all of our new mentees, all of our new members that have joined our business community. Thank you for trusting us. For those of you that are interested in learning more about our programs and what we provide, of course, feel free to text millionaire to this number. You can call this number, and you can go to RamonPreston.com. Go to RamonPreston.com. RamonPreston, RamonPreston.com, and there you will find all the information about every one of our programs. You will find information about our training, about our coaching, about our licensing, our certification, everything that we do. We have the information on our website. We have all of the prices for our products and our programs on the website. If you see anything that you have a question on, feel free to reach out to us. We are here to serve you. We have millionaire concierges that are open and ready and available to assist you as well, to answer any question that you may have. So we appreciate all of you for joining the show. We'll be back here tomorrow, same place, same time, 12 o'clock, noon Eastern Standard Time, that is. Please subscribe to our YouTube page. Please do that. If you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page, please make sure you subscribe, and make sure that you follow us on LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook. So you can go to LinkedIn, you can go to Instagram, you can go to Facebook. You can literally search at Ramon Preston, and I'm gonna pop up. And when I pop up, you click the button to follow me, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube page. So we appreciate all of you. We have over 1,000 videos on our YouTube page alone. I think we have about 1,600 videos, and a lot of those videos are videos on holding companies, entrepreneurship, real estate investing, financial literacy, goal setting, relationships, leadership. Everything that I do in my life that has given me the success, I talk about, I teach on. So we appreciate all of you. Thank you again. I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Ramon Preston